Welcome to Trikana Skill, your lifetime career partner. Trikana is a pioneer and trailblazer in the field of civil engineering and construction training, seeking to bridge the gap between engineering studies and the construction industry. Specific gravity and water absorption test for aggregates. Specific gravity test is done for calculating the unit weight of aggregates with respect to unit weight of water. The specific gravity of aggregates affects the mix design of concrete, asphalt mixes, etc. Water absorption test is done for measuring the amount of water that aggregate material can absorb into its pore structure. The aggregates are used in concrete, granular sub-base and base courses, asphalt mixes, etc., wherein the amount of moisture in the mix affects the properties of the mix. For example, the strength of concrete depends on the water-cement ratio. If the aggregates absorb more moisture, the concrete mix will have lesser water for reacting with cement and affects the concrete strength. Hence, by knowing the water absorption, then a correction factor will have to be applied to the concrete water-cement ratio. Scope. This test covers the procedures for determining the specific gravity, apparent specific gravity and water absorption of aggregates by referring IS 2386, Part 3, 1963 Method of test for aggregates for concrete, Part 1, Particle size and shape. Apparatus required. Wire basket. Oven, 300 degrees Celsius. Container for filling water and suspending the basket. Balance. Shallow tray and absorbent clothes. Test procedure. About 2 kilograms of the aggregate sample is washed thoroughly to remove fines, drained, and then placed in the wire basket and immersed in distilled water at a temperature between 22 degrees to 32 degrees Celsius with a cover of at least 50 millimeters of water above the top of the basket. The entrapped air is removed from the sample by lifting the basket containing it 25 millimeters above the base of the tank and allowing it to drop 25 times at the rate of about 1 drop per second. The basket and the aggregate should remain completely immersed in water for a period of 24.05 hours afterwards. The basket and the sample are then weighed while suspended in water at a temperature of 22 to 32 degrees Celsius. The weight is noted while The empty basket is then returned to the tank of water, jolted 25 times and weights in water W2 gram. The aggregates placed in the dry absorbent clothes are surface dried till no further moisture could be removed by this cloth. Then the aggregate is transferred to the second dry cloth spread in a single layer, covered and allowed to dry for at least 10 minutes until the aggregates are completely surface dry. 10 to 60 minutes drying may be needed. The surface dried aggregate is then weighed W3 gram. The aggregate is placed in a shallow tray and kept in an oven maintained at a temperature of 110 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. It is then removed from the oven, cooled in airtight container and weighed W4 gram. Calculation.
Thank you for your time. If you have any queries, do not hesitate to contact us.